Yo, this is Deontay the Bronx Bummer Wild, the WBC heavyweight champion of the world. And I'd like to give a big shout out to CJ Goodfellow, Sports TV. Bomb Squad, baby.
All right, man, boxing got, I think, 7 pay-per-views that could be scheduled from February to June. I'll run them off. We're going to speak about it. Boxing is literally going to pay, and these are only ones we think we know about. So it could be some surprises in there. But boxing seems to be going to pay per fight or pay per event. I done spoke on it, but a little bit. But let's get into details. Let's put a video up for the record. So it's literally going to pay per event. Now, February 25th and 26th, you got pay-per-views back to back. You got BLK Prime Adrian Broner taking on Michael Williams Jr. for the 40 ball. And I think they said the Jake Paul fight is $65. Don't quote me on that. Taking on Tommy Fury. That fight fell out, more than anything I can remember. All right, it's like 8 degrees. Somebody dog got their head out the window. I know that dog. He got here though. Still cold. But so yeah, that's 2 right there. Then in March 25th, Benavidez will be taking on Caleb Plant, Sweet Hands Plant from the MGM Grand, which might be the best on paper because the event looking pretty good. Got some good fights on the undercard. Jose Venezuela, Cobra fighting each other, both coming off losses. There's a couple other fights on it. Cody Crowley fighting somebody on the card, I believe, too. So it's a solid card. It's a real solid card. Then you got 2 weeks later, I think it is, Ryan Garcia, Gervonta Tank Davis. They supposed to be fighting somewhere in Las Vegas, Allegiant Stadium where the Raiders play at, or it could possibly be MGM Grand, T-Mobile, or the 3 venues, but it's going to be in Vegas. So they give us a grand total of 4. Then you get to May. Canelo Alvarez could be fighting John Ryder from Mexico. That could be pay-per-view. It could be free. Not sure. Just saying that's 5. Could be 5. Spencer Thurman supposed to be in May. That could be 6. Then, May 20th also, you supposed to have Devin Haney and Lomachenko. The rumor, that's pay-per-view. That's 7. What I say? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's say Canelo and Ryder not pay-per-view. So that's, Thurman and Loma and all that, that's 6. And then 7 will be through June. Will be Deontay Wilder taking on Andy Ruiz. So that's 7 pay-per-views, and almost could be 8 if Canelo won pay-per-view. So, they're really gonna be asking people to dig in their pocket as the weather break. And my thing is, you get better buyer's remorse, and you get better people that's willing to buy in the summertime when ain't nothing going on. Especially if you don't go. I don't even think they want to put the NBA Finals on a Saturday night. So that's usually gonna be on Sunday or a Monday. So you really ain't got to worry about competing with the NBA. You can use them as promotion. So they should be having a run. If they're gonna have a run to pay-per-views like that, they got to change the model of how they do things. A lot of fighters don't want to fight in the summer. They want to wait till the fall before Christmas to fight. They got to change the model in boxing. I think more people will be more likely to dig in their pocket and watch boxing and go to a fight party and watch boxing in the summertime. And I know people say, well, everybody always moving and shaking in the summertime. A lot of people like to travel in the summer too. So it could be a bigger crowd, bigger events in the summer. A lot of people stack their money in the winter and shine in the summer. But a lot of people be looking, don't mind, looking for sports to watch in the summertime. People be fiending for something to watch. So they got to change. They got to change the template or the structure in which they do boxing. They got to change that, bro. Because when ain't nothing going on in the summer, it should be fights 2 times a week. Shit, it should be fights Friday, Saturday, and Sunday in some situations. Then that's the week. That's the time to double up on fights. When ain't no other sport going, nobody really checking for baseball no more. That's America's favorite pastime. Emphasis on past its time. It's great. It's fun to play. But that's when they should be doing their thing. But while the weather breaking. And, you got the NFL offseason going on. You got the NBA hitting their hotbed season. You got baseball starting up. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people going to rather choose to do something else. They going to rather choose to do something else at the time. the weather breaking, I'm trying to be outside. You know what I'm saying? You know, but you know, they asking everybody from February to June to go in their pocket 7 times with no regard for nobody. They trying to take some tax money, this, that, and the third, and that's cool. I definitely understand. I mean, I guess you gotta do what they gotta do instead of, and I guess you make these contracts, you give these dudes these high guarantees, or, you know, you can't pay them to fight 3 or 4 times a year, so you tell them, you know, this is what we got, this is what we can pay you for this one time a year. I guess you gotta do what you gotta do. You know, you can't tell nobody, well, it's more beneficial for me to break it down to 3 fights a year and this is what you can make. When you can say, well, I'm gonna go take my chances and go on pay-per-view and see if I get 5 or 7 million. When you can say, well, I can pay you 8, I can give you 8, you know, 7, 5, 8, 9 over the course of 3 fights, this, you know, into the year. And if it do well, I can pay you some more in the back end. Nobody want to hear that. So that's what happened when you. This is what happened when you overpay people. This is exactly what happened when you overpay fighters. And now you need them to work with you. They ain't want to work with you. They spoiled. They think they bigger than what they are. You tell the public that they superstars and they not superstars. And even superstars fought more frequent than this. You know. So, but yeah, they asking for a lot. They asking for a lot, and they out there rapping minds. They think people gonna be paying for them a caliber of fights. The most attractive fight to hardcore fans is Plant and Benavidez. Overall, the event that might do the best is probably gonna be Ryan and Tank. And that ain't saying much. Who you going up against? Nobody. You know, it's no other big event. Maybe Spencer Thurman, but I don't think I mean, that had its pastime. It wasn't even built up to where it really bubbled over to casuals. It was getting there. Keith Thurman was you know, casuals was finally checking for Keith Thurman. He was finally the dude that was flying the plane. He was finally the truck driver or the train conductor that was controlling everything. He was controlling the flow, moving the crowd like he the God MC. And then again, he just went away. He just was happy, you know, just being. He was happy with just temporarily conquering the welterweight division. He was ecstatic with that, and you know, once these dudes reach their goals, you can tell they get comfortable. He was happy with that. He said, I got overpaid for a lot of bullshit, you know. Now they want me to go fight Earl Spence, and it's a bad style, and the money ain't adding up to what I already done. Nah. Or Al said it ain't go time yet. Nah, I'm good. Gotta respect it. I mean, it is what it is. He fucked his whole career up along with Al Heyman. They did that. Instead of getting back in there doing what you gotta do, and now you just a shell of yourself. It ain't like you don't know that if you don't fight, you gonna fall out your prime. Everybody know that. I keep telling y'all that. It don't benefit to fight once a year. The science in which you gotta preserve your body, fight once a year, these dudes ain't got that discipline. That's that military discipline. These dudes getting drunk, drinking, smoking hookah, you know? All types of shit. They ain't preserving their bodies outside the ring. You would think if you box, you know what I'm saying, that you gonna be drinking and smoking shit. But I understand they need a release for the trauma that you take, so you gotta have an outlet. But you want to know why LeBron really lasted, Ray Allen really lasted? They took care of their body. Ray Allen said, I ain't had a cheeseburger since high school. And that don't mean you got to be vegan and all that type of shit. Even you see big-ass 400-pound vegans or claim to be vegans. It's just, you know, it's just certain things that you got to stay away from. You know, red meat sit on your body. It only take like 90 days to break down or 60 days to break down in your system. That's something that you more than likely gonna want to stay away from. Bread, more likely you gonna want to stay away from. You know, regular pasta, unless it's whole grain pasta, whole grain bread, you most likely gonna want to stay away from. You know, you want to stay with lean meats, chicken, and steak. You know, a steak here and there, that's cool to celebrate, but staying away from it just for camp, it's just too much you gotta do, bro. And you know, now these dudes stagnant, dudes ain't fighting now. They gotta fight they gotta entertain for their money. They gotta go on pay-per-view because that's it. There's no more of the fight dates out there for me to have. And then you would think if they had to hustle to get their bag up doing pay-per-view, You would think they'd be out here selling the fight like Benavidez was versus Plant. That's how you pose. That's why you supposed to come in and do it. That's how you bring eyeballs to the set. You know, if Plant would have played it a lot better, you know, his temperament, shit, they probably would have sold 150, 200 actual pay-per-views right then and there. But if the people can't see the storyline and they don't see what's going on or the bad blood on a platform like that, or it's not commercialized, you can't sell it. All these dudes, and they get into their 30s and they tell them they pay-per-view stars, and they're not. And it's reflecting into the actual, you know, the actual pay-per-view buys. But that's too many pay-per-view buys to have, you know, in the first half of the year. And if you add in Canelo, that's at 8. You add in Tank versus Hector Luis Garcia, that's almost 10 pay-per-views before in the first 6 months of the year, bro. Talking about going to the well too much, bro. Nobody care about Andy and Deontay Wilder, dude. Why would I care? Why would I care? Keith and Thurman, I mean, you might want to see how that chapter ends, but I ain't really tripping off of it. It is what it is. But build these fights up at least. Shit, give us a script, give us a storyline, you know? Make it intriguing, you know, like, you know, draw people like, oh man, like, dude, you know, I wasn't gonna buy it, but man, I'm hyped to buy it. I don't even get that feeling no more. We used to get that buyer's remorse. You say, I ain't like fucking with it. Then you sitting there on a Saturday night, ain't shit to do. You like, man, fuck it, I'ma order it. I'ma order it, bro. Here, you know, ain't shit else to do. Like I told you, we used to watch the fights, but we go to the club all the time, bro. Especially on regular HBO, we used to watch the fights all the time. Then we hit the titty bar, hit the club, hit the streets. It's been, like I told you, been time we had the girls, instead of going out, we done pick some girls up from the previous week. They fly through the spot. They watching the fight with us, ask some questions, think who they say won, and then, you know, after that, all go off. You know what it is. Popping that 1800 back in the day. So popping something. So you know how I used to go down though, but it is what it is. It is what it is. But hey, let me know what you girls and guys think about it. So you can have as many as 9 pay-per-views from the first 6 months of 2023. So we'll see. A lot of them is rumored and have been announced. You know, they about 7 weeks out from planning Benavidez, and they just announced the fight. Like, bro, how can you sell in 7 weeks? Because they don't plan on doing no marketing, no promotion, none of that. So they don't plan on doing it. But hey, let me know what you girls and guys think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. We go live and drop a video. Financially, want to support the channel. Cash App, $CJGood313. Venmo, CJGood313. PayPal link in the description. Hit the link tree. Find me on Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, the whole 9. Appreciate the love and support. Check out the Just No Real Boxing playlist, I guess we can call it. Peace.